BarbacoaCore.
Dude, what is up, everybody? Thank you for checking out the BarbacoaCore. I am Patrick Huerta. We're just chewing the fat, chopping it up. It's a PatCast. It's PanPod. This is what's gonna be and for the rest of this. Whatever's popping off right now, it's just gonna be me doing solo episodes. Frequently, infrequently, I don't know. I don't know, but this is just what it's going to be. It's a PatCast. It's a PanPod. All right? We're going to have fun with it. I'm going to try to have fun with it. And hopefully you listen. I am not going to be making posts, like social media posts. In fact, I actually disabled or deleted, whatever you say, the BarbacoaCore Facebook page, just because I wasn't utilizing it. I wasn't using it, the way I was before. How the BarbacoaCore podcast started was it was a way for me to kind of help promote other artists. So I would bring one to the pod, mostly comics, because I was trying to get into like the comedy scene. I wanted to meet the people that were doing it before I got started into it. So I wanted to meet a lot of the local comics. And then I've done a lot of other interviews besides just with comedians, but I built the BarbacoaCore Facebook page to reshare anything that was going on with guests or past guests that came onto the pod. Wanted to kind of just boost their post, so I would use that page just pretty much to repost what they were doing. And since everything popped off, there's not a lot going on, so I haven't had the opportunity to repost a lot of stuff, and one thing about me is I don't like holding on to things that I don't use, even though it is like on the interwebs and it's out of sight, out of mind, yeah, whatever. But I still had it on my Facebook feed, like my the interface that you have for Facebook, different things, and it kept getting reminders like post for the BarbacoaCore page, send it to people, share it to people, all that stuff. And I just I wasn't using it, I wasn't promoting anybody else's stuff, and anything that I do, I'm gonna promote on my page. So any episodes that I was putting out for the BarbacoaCore, I was just putting out on my personal page, and my personal Facebook page is just there. I don't do anything serious on that. Or at least I try not to. It was a real bad habit that I had to break. I would get real deep and dirty and gnarly on my personal page. It's not like that anymore. Now it's really just for funsies. I try to post jokes. I don't share anything negative on there. I try not to. I try to behave myself. There's some times where, hey, you just gotta post some bullshit, and I get that. I see a lot of bullshit. I post a lot of bullshit, and then I wake up the next day and I say, "Oh, I gotta delete that," and that has a lot of people that already saw, which is embarrassing. But hey, that shit happens. I'm trying to work on it. I am trying to not get into the darkness on social media because dude, that's not what it's for, Social media is for entertainment purposes only. It bugs me when that's how we communicate now. That's how people share news. That's how people, do their whining, their bitching, and all that stuff on Facebook. And I get that. That's your Facebook. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. I just want it to be for funsies. That's where I test out jokes that I might want to put on stage whenever comedy becomes legal again. That's where I create memes and I post it on there and see if it's good or not. If some people share my stuff, which is really cool, thanks for doing that. That's like a joke working in at an open mic or at a show. When somebody, when you create like a meme or you create like a picture or something and then you post it and people laugh, and then they share it. When they share it, that's like the good. Like you're like, oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. I created one with the new Batman, with Patterson or whatever the fuck. But instead of Patterson, I put what's that? The Garth Brooks emo character, Chris Gaines. I put that. I was like, I don't know about this one, man. I don't know about this Batman. The Batman. Where was I going with that? Oh, so yeah, so I deactivated the Facebook BarbacoaCore page. Thank you for supporting that. If you did, I might bring it back if this podcast ever goes back to what it was. But I think I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this out. The pandemic forced my hand on this. You know, since I don't fuck with the Zoom chats for doing my podcast for the BarbacoaCore. Other people do it, and they make it work, and that's all fine and dandy. I just didn't dig it. I wasn't digging it, you know. So I'm changing it up. I'm changing it up. It's a PatCast. It's a PanPod. It's still the BarbacoaCore. We're just chewing the fat. We're chopping it up, and that's what it's gonna be. I still have the BarbacoaCore Instagram page just because I don't want to take that one down. I'm not going to post to that anymore. So I did make a post like, hey, if you're following this page and you're not following my personal page, which is at your homie Pat on Instagram and Twitter, that's where I will be posting everything from now on. That has anything to do with me, anything to do with what I got going on, or anything to do with BarbacoaCore. It is all in one. It is all one thing. It is all centered, and it's all going to be at one place. Twitter and Instagram at your homie Pat. Facebook, you can find me there. Do the search. Do your search, your due diligence, and find me if I'm the right one. My Facebook has been blowing up. Like a lot of friend requests from people that I do not know. And I deny a lot of them, but if we have more than 10 or 15 mutual friends, then I'll just say, okay, you're on there, you're in there. And yeah, it is what Facebook is not real. None of this is real. None of the stuff, none of it's real, you know. So I'm just collecting people in hopes that it will help me with my numbers, with the podcast, help me with the promotion of comedy whenever that becomes legalize it. Whenever things come back to normal, maybe that might be a thing that we will do. But this is what it's going to be. I am no longer going to create posts on social media for these episodes. So if you do listen, if you are a fan, thank you very much for doing that. And fan is such a what's such a Michelob Ultra word. But if you do support this, subscribe, subscribe, share on whichever platform that you use. I am a big fan of Castbox. I am not sponsored by Castbox, but Castbox is the best, in my opinion, that I've tested out so far of the podcast interface that there is. So yeah, and so like, share, subscribe on that, and that's how you'll be in the know of any new episodes. I might still create like a story on Instagram and on Facebook, but I'm not going to be posting anymore. It's becoming redundant, and then I'm going to try to have fun with this. It's going to be happening on random dates. There's not going to be a set date for when I do release these episodes, you know. So if you want to stay in the know, whoever you are, and my listenership, they've dwindled since I haven't had guests on, and I get that. You know, most of the podcasts are successful because of the podcast episodes that I've done are successful because of the guests that I have, and I get that, and I appreciate it because you were just checking it out before them. But if you decided to stick around regardless, I do appreciate that. Thank you. But this is just going to be this is where I go to just maybe test out stuff, or just get stuff off my chest, or just try to keep my mind going since there is no really open mics or anything going on, just try to set myself in the mindset of talking for an extended period of time about something. Maybe try to find something funny out of something that happened. Little things like that. That's just what it's gonna be. So if you are here, if you are listening, then I do hope that you do subscribe. So, and that way, on whichever platform that you use, you'll get notification on when episodes are uploaded, and then that will be the thing. I'm no longer gonna post on Instagram every new episode. I will do on the stories. That's a different thing. But yeah, I just didn't want to I didn't want to bombard people or become too redundant with here's another solo episode, here's another solo episode, here's another It's just, it is what it is, man. And I do know people want to, like, I got hit up today about a guy who wanted to podcast. I was like, dude, I just decided to start doing solo pods, as far as the BarbacoaCore is concerned, might do some other projects. Been talking to some buddies of mine about doing a project with them. That's all going to be in the works. But as far as the BarbacoaCore and me are concerned, we're gonna ride solo. We're gonna do these things solo. It's a PatCast. It's a PanPod, and that's what we're gonna do. That's where we're gonna be for that stuff. So yeah, social media as far as Twitter, Instagram at your homie Pat. Facebook, I'm there, and yeah, man, let's just have fun with it. I am gonna try something else too, as far as creating Spotify playlists, just about things that I'm fucking with, and I wonder if there's a thing like, because I know that we could follow each other on Spotify, right? That if you have a Spotify account, I'm not sponsored, whatever, but I do have me and the wife have Spotify dual, because things are getting serious. So we're on there, and I fucking create playlists all the time. And I'm thinking it could be might be a fun like interaction thing to maybe create a playlist that we could create together, and maybe just add like a track, maybe like a new song or something that you're really into at that time, or whatever the fuck, just to introduce each other to like new music and stuff. I love discovering new music. One of my best homies, Ernie, he's always asking me for new music, and when I get stuck, I was like, oh, I don't got nothing for you right now. Because I listen to this kind of this same old thing, same old stuff. I listen to a lot of old stuff. I don't really dig with the new stuff. I don't really do the search for new music because I like what I like, and I like the old stuff for the most part. And old stuff, I just mean stuff from like a couple years ago, maybe 5 years, maybe really actual old stuff from like 10, 15, 20 years ago that I still fuck with. But yeah, follow me on Spotify. You can find that information at BarbacoaCore.com. And then you could you could find my Spotify profile, I guess. And then link up with me there. If you follow me, I'll follow you back on that, and then maybe every once in a while I'll do like a random check in on some people to see what they're listening to. Don't be surprised what you find on my playlist. I am not ashamed of anything that I listen to. There used to be a time where like you would be afraid, like when I got the Blue album, whatever it's called, or maybe it's a subtitle, the Boys to Men CD, and I dig it, and I still stand by that decision that I do dig it. But there was like I hid it, so like if friends came by, they wouldn't see that I was fucking with that shit. But yeah, but now as we get older, you just decide I'm just gonna like what I like, whatever your opinion on that is, like. It doesn't matter. So if you check it on my Spotify, you'll see me fucking with like Cult Leader, right? Or checking out the new Deftones track, which I'm still on the fence about. The video was dope as fuck. The video was probably the best video that the Deftones have ever put together. So I really enjoy that. Steph's guitar work is pretty amazing. The vocals and the whole mixture of everything else, I'm still on the fence about that. I'm going to be honest. I'm very critical about Deftones because I do love that band, so I expect a lot from them. And Gore was alright, and the Cora, whatever the fuck, was okay. Um, where was I going with this? Oh, so you never know what you'll find on if you check out my playlist or what I've been listening to. Sometimes it's comedy albums. Sometimes it's MC Hammer. Sometimes it's Janet Jackson Control. That is probably the best Janet Jackson album ever. Jimmy Jam's producer, shout out. Or sometimes I listen to like nothing but Pantera, nothing but Cannibal Corpse. I go on a Gore binge, or I dig into the X Cops, or I do nothing but Fat Records by generation. I mix it up a lot, and it's fun to see what people are listening to. I'm not gonna lie, you may see some Aqua on there. You may see some not Barbie Girl, but that album that Barbie Girl was on, Aquarium. Has some bangers. I'm not gonna lie. Listen to Tarina. No, Tarina. What some freestyle stuff. Don't be surprised about what you see on my playlist. I fucks around with a lot of stuff. If I did have to do like that whole like fuck, marry, kill stuff, as far as like musical genres, I definitely I would fuck rap, hip hop and rap. That's the same thing, I guess. Maybe R&B, hip hop, rap. I would definitely marry rock, all types of rock music, and I would kill the new country bullshit. Love the old folk country, old classic country. Love that shit. The pop country stuff. Oh man, that's garbage. That is garbage. But I fucks with a lot of different stuff. I was thinking about this recently though. I'm all about the music. I'm all about what the drummer's doing. I'm all about what the bass and the drums are doing, how they're fucking grooving. The guitar player, what are you doing? Lyrics are the last thing. I dig melodies. I like hooks. To me, the singer, the voice is the instrument in itself. What he's saying, I don't really care. I don't really dig with. I don't pay attention to lyrics too much, and a lot of people are like pretty confused about that. Like, how are you not paying attention to what this person is saying? Don't know. But I was thinking, like for a long time, well, not for a long time, but every now and then, I share, in my stories or something, or I'll repost it on Facebook to like when it says like activities, like what are you doing, and I'll put listening to Floor to the song that they have called Tales of Lolita, and just because that's a badass song, the way it starts, and then yeah, I know he's saying words, but just the melodic rhythms and the cadence that he uses in the words that he's saying is what entices me. The whole ensemble is what entices me. What he's saying, I didn't really think about it. I mean, I know there's like a lyric as far as saying like, I don't want to wait until we're old enough, right? Never really thought about what that meant, what he was talking about. Didn't know who Lolita was. Never knew what Lolita was. Then fast forward to the present time, where all this whole Epstein and Maxwell stuff is going on, and then you hear about Lolita this, Lolita that, Lolita this, Lolita that. I was like, what? You keep hearing about like Lolita. Apparently that's a story about I guess an old man that was grooming. That's a new hot topic word or hot word. Grooming young girls as young as like 12, 13, 14 to having sex with them. Apparently that's what the tells of Lolita. There's a book Lolita. There's movies Lolita. about that. And I had no idea. No idea. I am ignorant when it comes to stuff like that. But I love that song. Flora is a great band. They're a great doom sludge band. A lot of great vocal melodies, vocal hooks that I really dig. And I would share that song like whenever you like listen to something, like you could put it on your stories, um, or you could just put it on as a Facebook post, and like I would just put, I am feeling this right now. And now I'm thinking that sounded really bad. That sounded really bad. I didn't know what the lyrics was all about and stuff. I don't know, but not paying attention to lyrics could get me in trouble. You know, if somebody says like, "Why does he keep reposting this song? Why is he a big fan of this song?" And has nothing to do with the lyrics. Has nothing to do with what's being said. Would people believe that? I don't know. I don't know. I remember I was doing a comedy show in Laredo, and the headliner was driving, and we were talking about music. We had this big old long conversation about music, and I was nerding out, and I love nerding out about music. It's fun for me, you know, because that's the thing that I love the most is music. And we were just talking about all this stuff, and the Coheed and Cambria came up, and I was like, yeah, I dug like, you know, the first album, the Turbine, Secondhand Turbine, whatever the fuck it's called. Dig that album. The next couple of albums were pretty good, but he was like, yeah, it's funny how, I mean, it's amazing how he created a comic book based off the lyrics of, you know, that whole thing. It was a theme album. They put out a theme album, and I was like, oh wow, you didn't know that at all. And then he went down this whole like the storybook, like it was like pretty much a movie script, a movie whatever, screenplay, with this whole album front to back. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. That makes. He's like, did you not hear what he was saying? I was like, yeah, I picked up a thing here and there. You know, I don't really care too much about lyrics. He's like, you don't care about lyrics, and maybe because I'm a drummer, man. Maybe because I'm behind the scenes type of thing, that I just focus on music. You know, so I don't really pay attention to a lot of the lyrics. That's why when Alt J came out and they were just talking gibberish, I was like, I could get down with this. They're saying nothing, and I'm not picking up anything. You know, they're just saying bullshit, beebly bobbly boo type of stuff, and the music is cool. I love post rock music, Russian Circles, Maserati, battles. I love. You don't have to have words in it. You know, metalcore. Don't know what they're saying. They're screaming their head off. Whatever. You know, death metal. Don't know what they're saying. Don't know what they're saying. Don't know. Don't care. It sounds cool. I am jamming out. You know. Every now and then I'll pick up like a thing here and there. Like, oh, this is about this. This is about that. You know. Sometimes you could get me with the lyrics. You know, sometimes you'll be able to get me with the lyrics. Like still to this day, I can't listen to Frightened Rabbit. You know, ever since Scott Hutchinson committed suicide, and in his lyrics, Scott Hutchinson talks a lot about suicidal themes and sadness and love, and so if the lyrics are good, I'll pick up what you're putting down. I'll pick it up. I'll get it. I'll understand it. I'll feel it, you know? So after news came out that he killed himself, that he committed suicide, I can't listen to it. You know, some stuff gets really it's sad to listen to. I think that's why I avoid trying to understand what the words are saying. Because what if I don't agree with what they're saying? Or what if I agree too much? A lot of times I'm just trying to connect to the feeling of what you're saying. The anger, the passion, the aggression, the sadness, the joy. You know? I don't need to know what you're saying. Like, did you know that Hey Ya, well, from Andre 3000, the Outcast, Did you know that that was a sad song? That was a song about breaking up. That was a song about love not working out. I didn't realize that until some guy broke it down and made it an acoustic cover of it. You know, when you break it down like that, the words sound different. They hit different. When you put it to an up-tempo beat, you're like, this is a great song. Hey, yeah, shake it, shake it, You don't really catch the message all the time. I don't, for sure. I don't catch the message all the time. You know, there are some songs that I will okay, truth, real talk. As a exercise, a mouth exercise, a vocal exercise. All right, calm the fuck down, dude. As a mouth exercise, a memory exercise, a vocal exercise, before a comedy set, before I do a comedy set, I will sing Counting Crows. I will sing their biggest songs, their only good songs, I guess. Mr. Jones and Around Here. And I'll sing those songs and I'll sing them the best I can because for some reason, I mean, it's a great song. I'm not gonna say it's not. Somehow I know every single word to those two songs. So it helps me just get my mind to my mouth going together because sometimes it may just be me, but sometimes the brain and the mouth don't work at the same time. On the same level. They don't work together. So I'll sing these two songs in the car on the way to the show, on the way to the club, whatever. I'll do this. I'll sing it a couple times. Mr. Jones and Around Here, as an exercise. I'm not good at it. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm good at it. Or sometimes I'll pace around the apartment with it blasting on my headphones or blasting over the stereo, and I'll sing it, and I'll sing the lyrics. And sometimes I feel what I'm saying, and sometimes I don't. But my brain and my mouth are working in unison. I'm remembering, I'm recalling, and then I am saying the things that I want to say when I want to say it. It's a great exercise. There's been a couple sets that I didn't do that. I thought, and also I'm very superstitious. And so, but if I have a bad set, when I really wanted to have a good set, and I had a bad set, I was like, you know what? You didn't do your Counting Crows. You didn't do your Counting Crows. You didn't prepare. You didn't prepare for this. So yeah, what was I going up from? I don't know. But yeah, music. Music is a cool thing. Yeah. Cool, man. So, yeah, that's it, man. I just want to do a quick one about some music. Talk about music and throw in a little comedy in there. But yeah, this is what's going to be. It's a PatCast. It's a PanPod. It's the BarbacoaCore. All right. I'll see y'all next time. All right. Laters.